I've been wanting to learn how to do these screen recordings for a long time, and I've been putting it off, self-conscious, don't know how to do it properly, and just worried to make a fool of myself. But in the meantime, by delaying it, I'm not really getting out there and explaining what Signal2Noise is all about. So I thought I'd do this quick video um, and see how I go. I'm going to do another one where I introduce myself and take you through my background and why I think I have something to say that will hopefully help people. But in the meantime, what I want to do is show you something that is updated every day, and it forms part of my daily newsletter. It's part of the structure of what I include in the template, and um, it's over under the macro tools. If you click here, markets, um, I've opened up. If you just click on markets, you'll come to a dashboard. So you'll come to this dashboard, and what I just want to highlight what's going on in this table or this dashboard. Um, this is something I've used for years, decades, in fact, in my trading, and it helps give me a quick snapshot of what's important, where the signal is, because we all know how noisy the markets are, and there's so much to follow, and it's very difficult to keep abreast of what's really important. So you'll notice here there are a lot of, well, let me talk you through the structure of the table. So symbol, the symbology I'm using here is from Norgate data, and there's a description, the current price. This is yesterday's return, 1 week return, so it's week to date. It's not it's not rolling 7 days. It's the current week's performance, and this is the current month's performance, and this is the current year's performance. So it's year to date, month to date, week to date, and yesterday. Now, the interesting thing here is the color coding. So firstly, I probably should have done that while I was explaining this. And this is how I like to look at it. So I click on this, and then I typically scroll through with these buttons here to get a better view on what's going on here. I'll stick on this because there's quite a few colors here, and it will help highlight what I wanted to show you. So these colors are based on the Z-score movement. So the Z-score is basically, it's a measure that looks at what's average, and then it looks at the score today, or not the score, the movement of the price action today relative to the past. Now, if it's very far from the average, then it has a high score. It's a Z score. Z is it's talking about. I don't want to get technical here. I'm scared I'm going to lose people by describing it as the sigma, the standard deviation from the mean. But in essence, if there's a dark red, it means then there's a big variance from what's typical. And if I'm not mistaken, I've set the threshold. Anyone, we can change it around, but I've set it as if there's a 1 standard deviation, then it's going to be either dark red or dark green, depending if it's up or down. If it's light red or light green, then it's a half a standard deviation from the mean. So silver had a big move here. You can see it's had a big move yesterday. It's had a fairly big week to date. Yesterday was the first day of the week, so it's not surprising that it didn't get very dark. But we're late in the month, so yes, this is very 8% in a month is a lot, and you can see so silver's having a banner year. Coffee's the only one on this particular I haven't listed all the futures. These are like main futures that I find interesting. So you can see here what's happening. Natural gas has had a disastrous month. Hasn't had a good year, but October's been a shocker. So then, you can just scroll through this is FX. These are the treasury yields. Take note, this isn't the price, these are the yields. And sometimes the movements are the percent movements are large. I won't go into explaining that right now. And I've just chosen like a small selection of very dominant stocks, and you can see Nvidia had a big day. Gee whiz, I don't know where my head's been for this month, but an 18% move is big. So let me close that down. So this is what I call the overview dashboard or table performance. Then you get what I've got here is best to worst. So this is, to show you what this is. So this is just looking at it. They call it a horizontal bar, and it's just one way of looking at things. This is a year-to-date visualization. It's pretty cool. But when it comes to looking at price over time, the one that I find the most useful is the journey. I call it the price journey, so the journey through time. And let me talk you through this, because if you just looked at gold over here and you said 24%, that's what you'd see in a table. It's very one-dimensional, just two-dimensional. You just get the number. But how has gold performed over time? So it is a little bit tricky with all this green here. The reason why, if it's currently above 0, then it's green. If it's currently below 0, then it's red. So you can see treasury yields. Now, this is looking at the treasury note. I'm just trying to think if it's looking at price, if it's measuring price or yield. The truth of the matter is I can't remember, so I can't comment there. But let's look at this. So everything has been done programmatically. It's all done, written in Python, and I just create an image which is all done automatically and saved on the website and updated. It's a whole story which I'll go into another time if anyone's interested. But let me just see if those yields were potentially, I just want to see if I've done it. No, this is FX, treasury yields. Yeah, so the 10-year is up. So when I showed you the treasury note for the year, this is crypto. I don't think this is updated. I need to remove this. This one I'm not updating. So that's that. If I go to the chart gallery, I've already spoken longer than I was going to do in this opening video, but hey, I'm giving it a go, so why not? I've got 1 year, 5 year, all year, and then some other kinds of charts, but to get a sense of how things are going, I like to just do it like this. So I look at, so this is a 1 year clean chart of the dollar, US dollar. And you can see in the last month or so, we've had quite a rally. The S&P keeps making new highs. We've had yields go up lately. They were coming down the last few months. Now the last month, yields have been going back up. Gold, new highs, continues to march higher. Bitcoin's looking to make a new high. These are all-time new highs, I'm saying. The NASDAQ 100, interesting, has not made a new high in the last 2-3 months. Dow Jones recently made new highs. Crude oil, the VIX, FTSE, DAX. This is the Chinese stock market. Shanghai Composite, the Nikkei. I think that's Singapore. Hong Kong, Hang Seng. Australia, and the T-year note 1 year. This is not the yield. This is, you can see on price on the x-axis, on the y-axis here is price, not yield. Okay, I'm going to pause. Well, I'm going to stop the video now. I've just given you an opening sense. These things update every day.